What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Throw Sports. Your boy here back once again with another topic. Now, one of the hottest topics right now is that Chris Paul reportedly to have meetings set up this offseason with Denver and Houston Rockets. And a lot of people have been talking about Chris Paul to Houston, and a lot of Rocket fans are questioning, is this a good move? Is this not a good move? So a couple of them asked me to do a video for it, and I said, shoot, no problem. So, like I said, this is a request station. You request, I deliver. So, this makes absolutely zero sense for both sides. Neither side needs each other. In my personal opinion, I'm thinking it's Chris Paul setting up these meetings to Houston and Denver is a set of leverage to make the Clippers give him the max. That's my personal opinion. I think this is all just to set up him to get max because it makes zero sense for him to go to either team. Denver, because they're not winning nothing. In Houston, I mean, sorry Rocket fans, Houston's not contending for a title this year or next year. And then it makes zero sense for Chris Paul to go there because he doesn't fit. So if he's gonna make a move, he plans to make a move, which I think he's 50-50 on, to be honest. I think he'd rather stay in LA, but if it's about winning, he might want to move. Two best teams he should move to is San Antonio with Popovich and Kawhi, mostly because of Popovich. Just like the Patriots in football, mostly because of Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. So that or New Orleans Pelicans with Cousins and Davis. I know I said that they went in the playoffs, so they probably wouldn't be contending, but that is a weakness for Golden State. They can't defend the paint. And if you get those bigs who can defend the paint with a key distributor, hey, they'll be able to. I'm not saying they'll beat Golden State, but they'll have a better chance than most teams would because they can dominate the paint. They still have to find out something to do about KD, but they can at least dominate the paint. But I think he probably wants to stay and end up staying with the Clippers because the Clippers did just hire Jerry West. And don't be surprised in 2 years when LeBron comes up, if LeBron goes there, Jerry West was a key in the executive office, key of helping create the Showtime Lakers, bringing Shaq and Kobe to the Lakers, bringing Gasol to the Lakers, and help to see this team that we're seeing right now in Golden State. He was key in those things too. So don't be surprised if he got some trick up his sleeve to make the Clippers be, I'm not saying dynasty level, but able to make some tricks up his sleeves and maybe try to get that banana boat with Chris Paul and LeBron and Wade and Melo. I don't think they'll win anything, but you bring them in together. I mean, not now because they're getting out their prime. I don't think they win nothing right now. 10 years ago, yeah, but not in the future. But you never know. Now for the Rockets. Rocket fans, this makes zero sense for y'all as well because it completely takes the ball out of James Harden's hands, who that's what he plays well at. I know it would minimize the turnovers. I seen that it would minimize the turnovers. That's like very important. But as far as like maximizing James Harden's best abilities, because James Harden's a good distributor. He led the league in assists. He's a great distributor. It's going to minimize him as a whole. But I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to talk to y'all Rocket fans one-on-one right now. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Y'all will not win a championship as long as James Harden is your number one player. Let me repeat. Y'all will not win a championship as long as James Harden is your best player and is your main star player on the team. Because when it comes to playoff and key situations, he does not show up. He comes up very small. He chokes. Whatever words you want to use, he does that. He didn't show up in the finals in OKC when he was coming off the bench as a sixth man. First playoff series of Rocket when he played against OKC, he played well. And I'm thinking that's mostly because he was trying to show OKC, this is what you gave up. You gave me up. I'm going to show you what you gave up. But after that, he's non-existent. When y'all play against Portland, he might have led the team in scoring, but his percentages was horrible. I think he averaged point per attempt. I think he scored 30 points off of 40 attempts one time. Like, it's a horrible shooting percentage. You get 2 points per basket. Then, the next year, game 6 against the Clippers. You're down by 20 in the fourth quarter. He does not touch the court in the fourth quarter. The Rockets come back and end up winning by 15. Down by 20, end up winning the game by 15, and James Harden does not touch the court. They did it off of Dwight Howard's rebounding, off of Corey Brewer, Jason Terry, and Josh Smith. And Patrick Beverly. That's who led the Rockets back in that game. Last year, the Rockets was just a mess, so last year they lost in the first round of the Golden State. They was just a mess. And then this year, we all seen what happened to them in game 6. And then have the nerve and the audacity to go to a club afterwards. Houston don't want to see that. After you don't show up, don't even attempt a shot into the second quarter, and then when you fouled out, you just fouled out. You weren't even a hard foul. You tapped out like a wrestler. And then you in the strip club 2 hours later, celebrating. The next day when they do the exit interviews, you don't do an exit interview. Patrick Beverly does an exit interview. Ryan Anderson does an interview. Aaron Gordon, Lou, they all do interviews. You duck out, and you're the star player of the team. Come on. Main thing, he don't have this. James Harden does not have this or this to get y'all this. He does not have the heart or the head to get y'all a ring. So if y'all interested in winning championships and getting the chip, y'all need to find another star to be the main star, and James Harden be the second star. Yeah, he good in the regular season, and I like him. Don't get it wrong. I'm not here to bash on James Harden. I'm a James Harden fan, but when it comes to the postseason, he does not show up. It's not even the argument. No one can even argue that. All you can do is watch the game. Watch the games, and you'll see. You see with your own eyes. So, I think the move for the Rockets in the offseason is try to make a play to get Gordon Hayward. At least make the Rockets more exciting. And they need to try to get Gordon Hayward. I don't know if they can interest him because I really think Gordon Hayward is going to Boston. But hey, you never know. D'Antoni is a wizard man, and Hayward might think, hey, I can go up to Houston and average this, and this, and we'd be exciting. So who knows? Daryl Morey, the general manager for the Rockets, is very key and very good at making moves and getting players. Every year that he's been a general manager, he makes some type of deal by the trade deadline. Every year, he never sits on his team. He's always moving stuff around all the time. They might not be big deals, they might be small deals sometimes, but hey, he makes moves. So don't be surprised if he's got his hands in something and try to make some moves. Try to maybe package Ariza and package Lou and somewhere else to try to move and try to get another star. Don't be surprised that happened. I don't know what his trick up his sleeve because I don't know exactly what D'Antoni will want to pair up with Harden, but in my opinion, they won't win a championship with James Harden as their number one player. Because when I was watching that Spurs series, that game 5 frustrated me so much. San Antonio gave them the ball, gave them the game in overtime, and James Harden just was like he didn't care. And then he showed up in game 6 and really acted like he didn't care. So that's my humble opinion, and that's why I think it's gonna happen. Like I said, but at the end of the day, I think Chris Paul just using these meetings as leverage to make the Clippers give him the max. I think he's going to end up staying. But if he does leave, it's most likely, if he leaves, it's probably San Antonio because he's not going to Cleveland. Why would you give up Kyrie Irving for Chris Paul? You're going to hurt like both Paul and Harden, but both Paul and LeBron are both distributors. You need scoring. Throw in the game sports.